Waz D Scene, everyone. This is Matthew. This is our first episode of...
Hey guys, I am Tish.
And this is Matthew. And this is our first episode of...
Waz D Scene, Waz D Scene, Waz D Scene, Waz D Scene. Waz D Scene, man?
Out there, everything's cool. Well, here, in this show, we talk about movies, music, games, whatever.
Sports as well, don't forget sports.
Yeah, sports as well, you know, for these sports fans here.
Hey.
Right. And today we're going to talk about the most highly awaited film of 2015, which is...
Star Wars.
The Force Awakens.
So Star Wars The Force Awakens is the 7th film in the iconic Star Wars franchise. Similar to The Empire Strikes Back, still the best Star Wars movie ever.
Best ever.
And Return of the Jedi, which was a satisfying enough conclusion to the old trilogy.
Yeah.
The Force Awakens was not directed by the original, George Lucas, but by J.J. Abrams, creator of Alias. Remember that? Felicity,
Never used to watch that. Sorry.
Mission Impossible, of course, Tom Cruise,
Loved it, yeah.
and Super 8.
Nah, that was forgettable. Yeah.
Right. Now, as a self-proclaimed Star Wars fan, it was obvious that J.J. Abrams would try to please both the old and the new franchise alike. Just like he partially did with 2009's Star Trek and in 2013 sequel Star Trek Into the Darkness with this new Star Wars movie. But did he succeed, Matt?
Well, yes and no. Unfortunately, similar to what he did with his Star Trek movies, J.J. Abrams combines the look, feel, and grandeur of the original trilogy. More particularly, Episode 4, A New Hope, remember that? With a modern sense of energy and vigor. The Force Awakens is visually and sonically spectacular from start to end. Has a lot of fast-paced and tightly edited action sequences, a chunk of amazing visual effects, superb sound design, and a powerful musical score from everyone's favorite composer,
Definite thumbs
John
up.
Williams, who has contributed so much to the Star Wars movies since 1977 when the first film came out. The cast is great as well. I mean, Daisy Ridley, who plays Rey, John Boyega, who plays Finn, and Oscar Isaac, who plays Poe Dameron. They're great. And even when they're paired with heavyweights like Harrison Ford
Yes.
and Carrie Fisher, you know, who are great once again as the old loving couple, more or less, Han Solo and Princess Leia, you know. All together, they're great. Adam Driver, who plays the villain Kylo Ren. And, I mean, he's no Darth Vader, but, you know, he's good for what he does, you know. So, what was the film about?
Alright, so to give it a quick summary. 30 years after the events of Return of the Jedi, The Force Awakens starts off with Rey, a scavenger, on a desert planet called Jakku, who runs into a droid named BB-8.
BB-8.
The most memorable character in this movie.
Love that
who
guy.
has secret information concerning the location of who? None the other, Luke
Skywalker,
Skywalker.
yo.
The central character of the old trilogy. She runs into Finn, a stormtrooper gone AWOL, from the command of Kylo Ren and the First Order, a new military force spawned from the remnants of the Galactic Empire. Without revealing too much of it, Rey, Finn, and BB-8 runs into everyone's favorite space buccaneer, Han Solo, and his alien partner in crime, Chewbacca. And all of them became part of the Resistance, an army of rebels, bent on bringing down the First Order and restoring peace in the galaxy.
Which brings me to the main problem with this movie. Now, yeah, it's okay to deliver some nostalgia and fan service to like a new Star Wars movie, you know, like the Star Wars sound effects, the pew pew pew, used throughout the film. And of course, bringing in Han Solo, Princess Leia, and Chewbacca for the old school fans. And yeah, it's okay to make fun of the cheesier moments of the old films, because let me face it, the old films were pretty cheesy and corny, right? I mean, when you have a movie that feels almost exactly beat for beat, plot point for plot point-ish, like Episode 4, then you're bound to throw people off the wrong way. Like me, I don't know about you, but I just got thrown off the wrong way.
How many times have you watched all these movies?
How many times? Once. I actually binged all 6 of the movies because I had nothing to do on that Saturday when I did so. But anyway, so I sat through the last 6 movies and I was looking forward to something new, something different, something fresh. And what I got were really 2 attempts, right? First one, J.J. Abrams' attempt to recapture the spirit of the old trilogy.
Right.
And Disney Studios, who are the new company behind Star Wars, so it's no longer 20th Century Fox again. And they attempt to make this really safe, by the numbers Star Wars movie that was guaranteed to make a ton of money in the box office, which it did. So more or less, for better or for worse, both of those attempts achieved. But for someone who isn't the biggest Star Wars fan in the world, don't mind this, but still appreciates the franchise for what it did in terms of storytelling and filmmaking. I don't know, I just really wanted more. I mean, I didn't need another desert planet. This new one is Jakku. It could have well have just been Tatooine from, Episode 4. I didn't need another Death Star. In this case, it was the Star Killer. The Star Killer. I mean, I do sound corny too. I mean, Star Killer. Anyway, I didn't need another, slight spoiler alert, dysfunctional father-son relationship.
Yeah, well, but anyway, it's still an enjoyable movie. J.J. Abrams does a fantastic job behind the director's chair and The Force Awakens. May just be his most focused work since the first Star Trek movie. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. He stays focused on what the story is about, what the franchise was about. He doesn't stray off into different regions of space and whatnot, like what he did with Star Trek.
The pacing is a fast-paced enough, but does get a bit sluggish around the second half.
It does.
But the overall story is exciting. It's engaging enough to keep you interested throughout the entire 2 hours and 15 minutes running time. Yes, we timed it.
Yeah, which will run pretty fast, so trust me, it runs really fast.
But I just wish it was a little more creative. And narrative's risk were taken with the movie. I'm not asking for boring politics like in episode 1. Or an unbelievable romance like episode.
Worst romance ever.
2. Shush. I don't find so. It wasn't that bad. Anyways, parallel to the Iraq war like in episode 3. And just something, new. It's episode 7. But for what it's worth, I still had fun with this movie. It's not the best movie I've seen for the year, but it's one of the best for me and definitely worth checking out on the big screen, guys. Yep. And it's technically the most fun you'll have in the movies this holidays, unless your idea of fun is whale stalking a malnourished Chris Hemsworth or chipmunks sing Uptown Funk with a bunch of giddy little kids laughing in your ears.
Horrible.
So I guess Star Wars The Force Awakens, what do? You give it a boom or you give it a vroom?
I give it a boom.
So that is, guys, boom, yes.
2 booms, there you go.
4 stars.
Yeah.
So definitely check it out and you would not be too disappointed.
So, Star Wars The Force Awakens, just been reviewed.
Acabase de ser visto. Adios, babies. Ciao.
So guys, this was our take on Star Wars The Force Awakens. So please hit like and subscribe to our channel.
Comment, let us know. Let us know what else you would like us to review, guys. Give us a feedback. Basically tell us, what's the scene?
What's the scene, man?
What's the scene?
Yeah. What's the scene?